In purpose, we stand strong, lifting each other, supporting our cause. Together we'll build a brighter tomorrow for our children, our families, our Africa. This is the ARAL show where we plant the seeds of greatness in our children. Africa's future, we nurture their dreams, empower their minds, mold them into the leaders our continent needs.
We are waiting for a third guest.
Okay. All right. I am African. I'm a mother, and I'm raising a new breed of leaders for the African future. A fine day to you, wherever it is you're joining us from. You're welcome to the ARAL show, where ARAL means Afrimoms raising African leaders. Okay, today it's a very interesting day because you would have expected to see my steady and study and, of course, my very own Somi. But today I'm being joined by a delectable, beautiful, and virtuous woman all the way from Ghana. Wow. Today I am being joined by Mrs. Joycelyn Igiri. But that's not all that there is to her name, because her name truly is Mrs. Joycelyn Aqua Blossy Igiri. She is a Ghanaian married to a Nigerian. She is a wellness enthusiast and a teacher at heart. Just before I introduce her properly, I'd like for her to say hello to us. Good morning, Joycelyn. You're welcome to the ARAL show.
Good morning to the ARAL show, ARAL community, and then
Yes,
Afrimoms all over Africa.
Yes, please. It's
to be
lovely
here.
to
Thank
have
you
you.
for having me.
Thank you so very much for accepting our invitation. Okay, so in a short while, I would share with you who Joycelyn is. But before then, wherever it is you're joining us from, once again, you're welcome to the ARAL show, where ARAL means Afrimoms raising African leaders. We are being sponsored, and this production is from Digits 1024 Radio. You can please subscribe to Digits 1024 Radio, your refreshing radio. The ARAL show is a community of young mothers who are intentional, and our focus is raising our children to be the kind of leaders that Africa needs. We're raising our children deliberately, consciously, to be the kind of leaders that the African continent is in dire need of. Okay, so now to our guest, Mrs. Joycelyn. She is a teacher at heart. She is a wellness enthusiast, a devoted Afri-mom, and a wife. As a dedicated teacher and people-centered individual, she empowers minds and inspires positive change. She pursues a certification in wellness and health, and she's driven to help others thrive. She's a mother of 3 precious future African leaders and a wife to a visionary Christian leader. She lives a balanced life. She loves family and she loves community. When she's not reaching out, when she's not teaching or learning, you'll find her called up with a good book, singing from her heart, or whipping up a nutritious meal. She loves organization and helping others bring joy. Oh, but of course, she will love to bring others joy because her name is Joycelyn.
Thank you.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. By the way, before I ask our very first question, you look really lovely. Please, can you tell us something about what you have on?
Oh, all right. It's like an icebreaker, right? Okay.
Yes,
so
please.
That works. Okay. So this is a female version of a smock. that is
Okay.
typically found with the people of the northern region of Ghana.
Okay. Okay.
So in the market, if you're looking for it, you'd ask for the female smock or fugu.
Milk. Or
Yes.
furu. Okay.
Fugu, Fugu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
woven. There's a special device that is used in weaving the fabric or the cotton yarns together to make this outfit.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
typically
Interesting.
handmade. I'm not sure it's being factory produced now. So
Wow.
it's
That's
handmade.
a lot of work.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can only
So,
imagine. Thank you so very much for that. Just before we end the show, I'd also ask about another piece of fabric, but before then, let's dig in. Let's dive in all the way. So
sure.
we know this talk about Ghana jollof and Nigeria jollof. So this talk about Ghanaian jollof and by the way, what's your opinion? Which jollof is jollofa?
Oh, but which answer do you expect?
What? No. I want to hear. I want to hear from you.
They're all good, but I trust you. I think the Ghana jollof beats all, really.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I know that you are very passionate about nutrition. So
Mm,
while on the lighter notes, there's the Nigerian jollof and the Ghanaian jollof. I want
yeah.
to ask, what nutrients should parents not compromise on when it comes to raising the future African leaders, which are our children? What nutrients should they not compromise on?
Okay. So thank you for that.
Okay.
I mean, this whole nutrition thing
Yeah.
started for me, I think, 2020.
Okay.
Um, when my mom, I mean, before 2020, she had been ill for a while,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then she passed on 2020, and then
Oh my goodness.
I think I had my second child,
Okay.
and the weight and everything was coming on so fast. So I needed to do something about it, of course. So I
Okay.
started reading and asking, and I found out how nutrition and
Yeah.
wellness, physical exercise was very important in our general well-being. So
Mm.
yeah, that was how my curiosity and my enthusiasm for nutrition and health, wellness started. So
Okay.
yeah, fast forward. For growing children, I mean, I don't know if you remember or you were taught, but growing up in school, we're taught this food plate diagram where
Yes.
you're shown yes, the nutrition that is the standard for everybody, human
Yeah.
beings. So you have carbohydrates there, you
Yeah.
have protein, you have fats and oil, you have your
Yes.
vegetables and fruits. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the primary nutrients or foods that every individual, both young and old, must have or must have in their diet.
Okay.
For children, of course, because they are young and we give birth to them, they don't have much nutrients. They breastfeed and then gradually introduce them to food which have the nutrients. You are also having to concentrate on their carbohydrates, their calcium, their
Mm.
folate from iron. And then you're
Yes.
having to look at their protein, their
Okay.
vitamins and minerals. They're very essential for their growth. You know
Okay.
how we have to take our babies to the hospital, new birth, all the
Yes.
immunization, the breastfeeding after 6 months. Now you start them with solid food. I think between that, after that, when you begin to add food to their breast milk, it is very critical the kind of nutrition you're giving them. It
Yes.
would go a long way to prevent them from falling sick or
Falling
ever
ill.
having to go
Yes.
to the hospital and those
Yes.
kind of things. So for children, they do need this, plate of nutrition that we used to know
Healthy
back in
plate.
the day. Yes,
Exactly.
uh, whatever they are eating, you must have carbs there, you must have protein, you must have vitamins and nutrients, calcium, foods that give those nutrients in their diet.
Awesome. Awesome. I like how you took our mind to when the child is transitioning from breastfeeding, there has
Yeah.
to be a plan, you know,
Yes.
because after then, it's more like you're introducing the child to life. You're
Yeah.
introducing him to this is how we eat.
Yes.
This is what we eat. This is how we
Yeah.
eat. You know,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
introducing. You know, just listening to you reminds me of a child I know whose mother almost never introduced sugar to him. I don't know how she was able to do that, but she
I think
kept it
I
very
know certain
minimal.
sincerity. Yes, yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. So you know what happens is at that stage, if you are able to do that, the child develops an acquired taste. So
Wow.
that taste stays with the child for as long as you are able to sustain it and the child grows with it. The
Wow.
opposite is when you have introduced the sugars and now you want to now wean them
Mm,
off of it. You have to,
mm.
I mean, work hard to get them to
Exactly.
now get off and then get an acquired taste in the kind of nutrition and the food
Yeah.
that you need to have. Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Thank you so much. So there's something, you know, on the ARAL show, we once had a nutritionist speak with
Yeah,
us, and you know, like I say, it's really, we can really never get enough of these conversations because we
yeah,
are what we eat, really.
yeah, yeah,
It's a healthy child that will rise up to be a leader tomorrow. It's a
yes,
healthy child that can pursue education. It's a healthy child that, you know, just name it, all of that, there has to be good health, sound
yes,
health, and
yeah,
nutrition determines that to a very large extent.
exactly.
So yes. So but something that you were very particular about, which you wanted to share with the community, and which I'm very happy that you're bringing to the table, is the balance. And what
Yeah,
is this balance? How very often we are very keen on being, you know, deliberate in giving our children nutritious
yeah,
meals, and then we
yeah,
forget ourselves. So
yeah,
for you, you have the mindset that yes, take care of your children, provide nutrition for them, but also take care of yourself. So
yeah.
I want to know how, first of all, what brought that thought to
Hmm.
you, and how have you sustained it?
Well. Like I said in my intro about how the wellness and nutrition journey started.
Yes.
So, I mean, just this past week, I have just been struggling. You know, it's always, we're always guilty of inconsistency. We start
Mm.
something, we know it's good, we start, then we stop until we really need it, then we really go at it with full force.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so health challenges here and then I was asking myself, I mean, so if I'm not here, who will take care of the young children? Who will take care of
Right.
the children?
Right.
Yes. I mean, you get to that point where you need to do a rethink of the approach to your home, the care of it, and what you give the family, which includes everybody from mother, father to the children. Yes.
Yes.
So, yes. So as parents, of course, you want to see that Afri child become the leader.
Yes.
You want to be there to know that you did this, you contributed to this,
Mm.
and the world is, or Africa is becoming a better place. So as parents, in as much as we are giving our children nutritious food, we should also be involved. Let me
Yeah.
take it from the mother and father. We mothers or wives are responsible for the cooking,
Yes.
going to the market, sourcing the ingredients, and
Mm-hmm.
putting them together, making the meal at home. Yes. So when we do that, of course, it's a meal for the whole family.
Yes.
I think the fathers are more guilty of going out with the kids, shopping, and then buying all this ultra processed food. Sometimes, I'm not saying
Yes.
all fathers do that. Yes, there are those that are conscious of that.
Yes.
Yes, and then, just to, pacify the kids when they're disturbing out there or disturbing them in town. But even at that, now the world is even waking up to the fact that our health is very critical and the things that we put
Mm-hmm.
in our mouth is very, very important. So even when you go to a
Yes.
shop to buy an already made stuff to eat, you should be intentional about reading the label. When you read the label, even though you may not understand some of the chemical names of the ingredients, some things will stand out for you to know that this
Right.
product is good for you or has the correct nutrients. And then
Right.
again, I mean, really, why go for that? We have a
Exactly.
lot of nutritious local snacks in our environments that we can source for
Yes.
ourselves and our children. They even packing now, Africa is waking up to packaging. So they are packaging some in these stores, supermarkets, you can reach out and buy for your children and for yourself. The
Yeah.
point is, as you're doing for the kids, be intentional and do for
About
yourself.
yourself. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
that
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like what you have said. Why go all the way to stuff our bellies and that of our children with processed foods when we
Yeah.
can have it natural? And even
Yeah.
when it's packaged and you are sure that it's organic, go for
Yeah.
that. And don't just do that for your children, do that for yourself as well. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So, while we are pressed for time, I would also want to ask in like 1 minute, you know how sometimes when we look at the economy in Africa and the
Mm.
financial realities around us, sometimes we wonder how are we even going to consider maintaining healthy living, healthy nutrition. So what do
Mm.
you want to say about that? What keeps you going in spite of the economy and the finance in Africa?
Okay. So I'll say that for me also, the journey to all of this also, when I started researching, I was blessed to have a big space at home where there was soil. Actually, I mean, they had planted ornamental plants there. I was
Oh.
asking myself, why should ornamental plants be here when I can grow something in
Exactly,
the soil
food.
that is
Yes.
edible? Yes.
Yeah.
So that was another habit, or that was another passion that I took up. If I have the opportunity, I will always grow my food. If I have the space in my house,
Wow.
urban gardening, I planted plantains, banana. I think I harvested like 4
Wow.
times before we left the
You
place.
don't mean
I
it.
did pepper. I even did ugu. I had
Wow.
ugu grow that I could cut fresh and use. So for our economic realities and where we find ourselves,
Yes.
definitely Africa is blessed with rich soil,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what is happening now with soil depletion, mining, and minerals entering.
Yes.
But still, we have some good soil somewhere. So if you have a home or you are privileged to have soil, or you can do it, the seeds don't cost much.
Yes.
It also
Okay.
teaches you patience. So try and
Yes.
grow something in your house. If
Try
you
and
have
grow
a small
something.
cake, get containers,
Mm.
grow simple foods. There are some
Mm.
foods and fruits that take 3 months, 6 months to grow. So they can
Yeah.
grow quickly and then you harvest and enjoy. Of
Thank
course,
you
do
so much.
seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
If you do
Wow.
seasonal stuff, if you can't grow them
Wait for so
yourself.
long.
Yes.
Yes.
So if this fruit or food of vegetable is in season, load up
Mm-hmm.
on them, because the nutrients that the body is taking in, I mean, it's always being used up by the cells in the body. So you cannot say
Wow.
you are overdoing it. If it's
Yes.
here in Ghana, we have kontomire, taro leaves from cocoyam, the leaves. If it's
Okay.
kontomire, it comes in seasons and sometimes it's not around when the rain is not really available.
Okay.
So if it's
Okay.
green soup, green stew, kontomire stew, load up on it every day for folate, for iron. You need it. I
Mm.
mean, iron is very
Wow.
essential because blood.
Wow.
So do
You know,
seasonal stuff and then
now
grow.
that you started talking about meals, you're making our mouth water. So what nutritious Ghanaian meal should a visitor never miss off the top of your head? Never
Oh,
miss this meal when you visit Ghana.
I mean, if you are very nutrient sensitive and you're looking out for nutrients, one food I recommend is watching.
Watch it.
I have some Nigerian friends teasing me why we have eggs in all our diets. And I said, why not? Eggs is the one of the richest proteins on the earth. And
Wow.
especially when you get it free range, as in the birds that our grandparents used to keep around and they lay
Mm,
their eggs. It's organic,
yeah.
free from chemicals. Please, as much as you can, load up on eggs. Not now that it's quite
Oh,
expensive from the poultry farmers and everything. Every
yeah.
adult can go up to 6 eggs a day. It
You
doesn't
don't say.
increase your cholesterol.
You don't
Now,
say.
there are a lot of research to back that fact. So, an egg,
Oh,
interestingly, contains the 9 essential amino acids that the human body needs.
wow.
So if you take an egg, you're giving your body the nourishment, nutrients that it needs for the day, every day. You can eat egg every day throughout the year and nothing will happen to you.
If you know why I'm
Um,
chuckling, right? I'm very happy to hear this because on a lighter note, some people say we eat eggs because we give ourselves hope that we're eating a full chicken.
oh, well, the chicken is important, but please, I mean, indulge in the egg
Okay.
if you can. It's very
Okay.
nutritious. for the children,
Wow.
for the adults. You know what proteins does. It builds, it repairs the body. It gives you, it helps with your muscle repairs, helps you heal wounds faster. So
Mm.
really, so watch it if you come to Ghana because it has
Okay.
beans, plant
Yeah.
protein, and rice,
Wow.
carbohydrates. Then
Wow.
your egg will be there in wache, meat will be there in wache, fish will be there in wache, and then you can have
Okay.
some salad, vegetables for
Awesome.
each of the
Awesome.
time. Yes.
I'm really thinking that we might have to continue this conversation some
I
other
see,
time
right?
because I
Yes.
mean, for instance, I would like to learn how to cook it and all of that. So
Sure,
please, if you
sure.
have been a viewer and you have been following the ARAL show here with Mrs. Joycelyn Igiri, she's a wellness enthusiast and she's a teacher at heart. She's a Ghanaian who is married to a Nigerian. She's putting on a very beautiful attire from the
Yeah.
northern part of Ghana. And I have tried to wrap up my head with something that looks Ghanaian.
Yes.
So thank you so, so very much. If you
Yeah.
had just 2 minutes, pardon me, if you had just 2 minutes to say something to an Afri mom who is just starting out with her 6 months old baby, what would you
Fantastic.
give her as a tip for
Okay.
raising her child,
Okay.
considering wellness
Um,
and nutrition in two
yes.
minutes?
Yes. So I would say that once you begin to transition the child from breast milk and adding the solid food, always try to go local. Of course, because they don't have teeth yet, you just puree them. Your sweet
Okay.
potatoes, your chicken, your beans, your vegetable, puree them and then give your child. And that example you gave about the woman that has been able not to give the child sugar, it is
Yeah.
doable because like I said, after 2 years, 3 years, they develop an acquired taste.
Okay.
So when they even take sugar, for some of them, it might irritate them. So you know that
Wow.
this child doesn't like, and she's now accustomed to it, and it will go a long way. We all know what sugar is doing to us nowadays, and
Yes.
running
Yes.
away from it. Yes.
Yes.
So concentrate on sourcing for local food.
Okay.
Yes, you may want to indulge a little, but once a while, it shouldn't be a norm established in the child's mind that I have to get this. You always
Okay.
have to reach going local and being
Mm.
healthy. With my kids, anytime they see me eating a particular food or bringing a food item that is new, hey, mommy, you and healthy eating. I say yes. And exercising. We say
Okay.
that children don't need to exercise, but really, yes, they have their exercising when they do some of their jumping and playing about.
Yes.
That deliberate stretching, squatting,
Mm.
standing, you
Yeah.
do it together with them as a family. It's all about inculcating those little habits and intentional living
Mm.
into
Yeah.
their lives so that
Thank you so
they
very
have
much. What,
them.
in summary, what I can hear you say is be intentional and be conscious as a
Yes,
mother. Thank you
yes.
so very much for your time. If you're just
No,
joining in, this is the ARAL show where ARAL means Afri Moms Raising African Leaders. Our guest is Mrs. Joycelyn Igiri. She is a wellness enthusiast, a teacher at heart, a mother of three amazing children, and wife to a visionary Christian leader. She is a Ghanaian and she's married to a Nigerian, and she has been able to apply herself to healthy living for herself and her family. She has said to us that be conscious, be deliberate. If you do have some compound space around you, endeavor to plant something here and there. And if you're introducing your children to food, transitioning from breastfeeding, endeavor as well to start from the local things. Start
yes,
natural, start organic.
yes.
Wow. It's been a session. And of
Wow.
course, the Arrow Show is produced and sponsored by Digits 102 Radio, your refreshing radio. I am Zoe Octavia Obaze. And please, I would like for you to subscribe to the Arrow Show on ARAL, yes, please. ARAL show on YouTube. You'd also be able to catch up with all of our conversations. We believe that we can raise our children to be the
Yeah.
kind of leaders that Africa needs. Until we come your way again. So, Mrs. Igiri, we're going to tell the world that
Wow, Africa
Africa
coming,
is coming. Thank you
coming.
so
Yes.
very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank you
for having
so
me.
very much.
Thank
All
you.
right, then. Thank you for your
Bye.
time.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
lifting each other, supporting our cause. Together we'll build a brighter tomorrow for our children, our families, our Africa. This is the ARAL show where we plant the seeds.